like with a silk touch pickaxe instead. So I managed to snag some. We just need some crimson wood. Now, unfortunately, we didn't have any in the inventory, so I'll be trying to go into the nether and seeing what we can get from there. But you can see now that we have the road stretching all the way down to the end over here, and we'll be continuing to work on the roads through the colony upcoming. But we have all of our builds pretty much all of our builds, I should say, down here, all updated to our new building style, with the exception of the guard tower, which I'm waiting, because as you can see, this wall back here is not the absolute edge of the border over here. It used to be, the border used to stop actually right about there, but with some of the buildings over here, it's pushed it down a little bit further. But for right now, I think what we're going to do is move the guard tower over here, but then I think we're going to be able to fit a couple more things in here, maybe like 1 or 2 other buildings. So we'll see what we're going to fit in here, but that's why this one hasn't been knocked down and redid yet, just because I'd rather get these buildings in place first, and then we can put the guard tower at the end here. But looking good. I haven't done a lot of upgrading on some of the new buildings that we have yet. We need to start doing that. I think we've been focused so much on taking down and reconstructing some of the buildings that I've kind of neglected some of the new buildings that we have and upgrading them, you know, our glass blowers hut here. So yeah, I think what we'll have to do is we'll have to start focusing on doing those. And this is just a courier's hut over here, so decided to put one at the end over here too, and that's actually at level 5 there. But yeah, let's head back down. A lot of work on the roads this weekend, or this week, I should say. And one other thing I'll talk about quickly. So a little bit of a more brief update this week. Again, like, I think we focused a lot on getting the roads done and getting some of these buildings upgraded. And oh, it's snowing. Yeah, we are in winter, so let's see before we get cold. But yeah, so we also fixed our wool farm. I won't head over there now because we'll probably freeze. But we did fix our wool farm finally, because we were missing a few sheep. I'm not sure what happened. Something had gotten to them. I don't know if the shears did something. I'm not sure. But we finally fixed the wool farm, so we're up fully operational there. The sugarcane farm is going very well. But this area coming up is going to be the next area that we're going to look to move things around over here. So this is actually the remnants of a former courier's hut. They don't, for some reason, they're not taking down the entire building. I think it might just be the old style. You could see the construction tape still up, but they said they were done. So yeah, that there. So that's pretty much the big stuff that's been going on in the colony this week. So again, I think not a lot of on-stream, but a lot of smaller projects this week, and a few upgrade projects as well. I've also changed the way that we do our schedules on the live stream as well. So instead of hitting a target each day, we're trying to hit like a couple targets each week. So I think that's going to be a good beneficial way to go about this, because for the upgrade, for the renovating, like essentially taking them down and putting them back up, we still have a decent amount, like I pointed out, this area over here. But we also have our town hall and our university, which, yeah, I have mixed feelings about taking the university down. I'm like almost tempted to leave it. I'm not sure, because that's going to be that's probably the biggest building, so that's going to be a little bit more difficult to do. But the guard tower here may have to go, and then we obviously have, except for the hospital over there, all of these buildings over here are going to have to be upgraded to the new style. Again, these are the old style, these stone ones, to kind of match the new style. So I'm thinking we're probably going to have to make some modifications back here to fit everything, and I'm not sure how big they are. The Caledonia style, some buildings are bigger than the original, the MineColonies original ones that we had from 118, but other ones are more compact, so it's kind of like a hit and miss. Some of them tend to be a little bit longer, I've noticed, than other ones, so just about planning everything out. But I think we're making some good progress on it, and I think we're starting to fit like a lot of things onto like road. Well, hello everyone. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone's been having a very great weekend so far, and thank you so much for spending part of it here. My name is Nerd Builder, and of course today we're back in our MineColonies world here today. And hey John, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming on. It's going to help you stay awake too many long hours this week. I'm sorry. I know you've had I know you've mentioned that you've had a bunch of very long work days recently, so very sorry to hear that as well, but hopefully the stream will make it a little bit more bearable, at least. Doing the long hours are never a fun thing there. And will we get a raid this stream? I think it is definitely possible we will get a raid. I wasn't in the world that much between our last live stream and around the time of our last live stream to today, so just in here just a little bit. So it is definitely possible that we will get a raid today, and either a pirates, barbarians, or mummies. We haven't had a mummy raid in a long time. A mummy raid would be interesting. Again, we did have an Amazon attack recently, so that would be that was something, like a bit of a challenge again with the throwing spears and that, you know, because that way, like, they could throw over the wall and that. So a little bit of a, they had good aim too. So that was a little bit more of a challenge. But a mummy one would be cool. It's been a long time since we've had one of those, but be cool to change it up a little bit there. Did you get that pirate cave tunnel underneath your colony walled off? Yeah, we still have to do that. I'm gonna have to, like, maybe we'll look to do that quickly today there. But today we're going to start the process because, again, that second warehouse is full, and we're getting the message like every couple minutes, like it's full. Like, we alleviated the issue with this warehouse when we upgraded it here, and I think it's about time we do that with the other warehouse on the other side of the colony. But right now we're going to leave this one alone. This is more of a personal warehouse, and this is pretty full as well, so I'm not in a rush to take that one down, but I think we really need to get the other warehouse going. And also, let me go, well, let's drive down, because I'm going to show something, too. Here, so let me come here. Yeah, see, already getting the message on the bottom. Oh. Alright, so let me head down, let's head down here. So, it turns out, which I didn't really pay attention to until, like, the other day, that I thought that what we could do with this warehouse, with this mine. So, remember, like, a few weeks back, I had, let's change the song. A few weeks back, we had deconstructed and reconstructed the mine using our new Caledonia style here, and I thought it was working, but it's not working. And in fact, the miner has, I'm not even sure where he is right now. Unless he started working, and let's see, because maybe I'm saying this prematurely. Oh wait, what happened to... Wait, did he die or something? Alright, no, I think it was Shane. I must have got to rehire him, so let's hire here. Let me show something. Hang on, see if he suits up here. I'm waiting for the thing to pop up on top to see. I don't think this was the same miner. I'm wondering what happened to the other miner. He didn't set anything yet. Actually, so I guess we'll see how this plays out. So I've been getting like an error message on the top, like essentially saying that there's something wrong with the config, and to let the development team, like, reach out on their Discord about it. And let me see, I want to see if he does it too, because I think this is a different one. I'm not sure if the other one, not sure if he died or not. Like, I don't think I got a message about it, but it appears that they're having a hard time with the new mine, because again, like, it looks like he started one right here, so they dug down a little bit, and then he just kind of stopped, and they've been kind of stuck ever since then. And part of it is because I think this is the old part of the mine here, although they filled in the ceiling up here a little bit. This is the old one, and actually, wait, why is that doing... Why is that doing that? Did I have someone assigned to... I don't think there's any repairs on this. Someone's filling this in. Oh. I want to see what he's going to do. So, the reason I'm doing this is because I thought that maybe because the old mine is there, that it's kind of like inhibiting the new mine here. So he's been filling up a little bit. Gotta be careful, I don't want to fall all the way down, that would be bad. So yeah, he kind of filled it up a little bit, but I thought that maybe this was causing an issue. So the solution that I had for this, because we set the mine on top of the other one, and I don't want to move it because again we kind of figured out with the rest of the street. Let me see, is he actually working? Maybe the other one was just glitched out. Interesting, because that could change a lot of things. So I guess we'll see. I'll keep tabs on this because originally my solution was going to be to start a new mine further down. But now maybe I'm going to modify things because I'm not sure. Let's see what he does, because he is digging. Yeah, and he's getting interesting. Okay. Sorry, this is actually very interesting because again, it was kind of like they wouldn't dig down anymore, but it appears now that I'm not sure where he's getting it from, but he is digging somewhere. Let's let that play out for a little while and see if he gets stuck or not. Because my solution was going to be essentially we're going to keep this mine, but keep it as a quarry, which I mean we could still do that. But I thought about keeping this one here because again, like I know the quarry would likely be somewhere else, but then starting a new mine all the way down here at the end, because I know we were going to take down this guard tower, and I figured because we could fit the mine in right there and just put the guard tower next to it, and that would kind of complete this area of the colony here. So I thought about doing that. Again, I'm not I guess we'll see now. We'll see if he's still kind of like bugged out, because that the other one it could have just been that individual miner, because again I don't see him there, and I don't remember getting a message that he passed away. So I don't know if he glitched out or what happened to him. So yeah, let's leave that for now. But the other thing, like I said, we're going to work on the warehouse. So I'm going to take the truck over. We're going to have to do some moving today. So we're not going to be doing much work on like roads or anything else today. We're going to be trying to move some stuff out of the other warehouse, and we're going to try to deconstruct and reconstruct that starting today and then going into tomorrow, hopefully getting it all reconstructed by then. So that way we're going to try to solve the space issue. But first, before we do that, the one thing that we do need to do is we need to take down both couriers' huts that are kind of bordering it, because the new one's going to be a little bit bigger, and I think we'll have to position things after. So we'll probably put the couriers' huts back later in the week. Here, but I'm hoping that everything's going to work out here. We'll have to see how big this ends up being. I mean, we'll try to keep the warehouse somewhere over here, and this mine is probably going to get moved as well here too. So I might end up moving it like maybe all the way down there or all the way over there, somewhere else. We're going to move that as well. So yeah, but let's get them started on the couriers' huts. So we're unfortunately just going to have to take these down right now, since they're kind of in the way. It's going to create I think this is going to be a bit of a headache doing this, because again, this warehouse has become vital to this part of the colony. Over here with like all our farming and everything, you can see there's like a lot of tasks here. But let me also let's take down this one, and we're going to move some stuff around as well there. So like I said, I kind of been dreading doing this. The first one, doing the other one was like a bit of a pain. I did that one off episode, but it was a pain doing it. So I figured we'll do this one on here so you can kind of see the taking down and rebuilding of the warehouse. So let me leave this running. How we doing on gas? We're okay. And I'm going to move some stuff up here, what we can. So I'm just going to put these on the bottom. I want to clear out as much of this inventory as we can down here. And these, I'll leave my sword and my bow and the water and the food down just in case, you never know. There, and yeah, you can see it, this is kind of full once again. So I'm going to take some seeds. We're going to start off by taking seeds, and we're going to move them across the way, and then also go check on our other composters. There, again, I don't want to be wasteful, with anything, because again, like, obviously, we've seen it where we can get pretty low on some resources, so I don't want to throw anything out. Again, we can always use seeds in that for composting. So let me see if we can just... they haven't been doing pickups over here, it looks like, because she's kind of stacked up there. And I think part of it's because of how full how full that warehouse has been, that unfortunately they get kind of disrupted every so often there. But we'll go check on the mine in a little while too, because that is something new. Like I said, like, I tried to reset them, like, hire and fire and that wasn't working. So it's like I said, like, hopefully it'll work now, because I don't want to have to... Well, we're not going to move it. I mean, I'm still open to maybe doing that, just keeping the quarry right there, or keeping the... Because I think we have to keep that there and have, like, the quarry... I think we assign the quarry somewhere else. We're going to be doing the quarry coming up soon, but I think it's one of those things that you have to, like, just hire the miner there to work at your quarry. I'll leave the last spot open there, and we're going to load up the truck as well. But before we jump into taking down the warehouse, like I said, I want to get those moved out of there, and then we'll get these ones moved out as well. And I'm actually thinking, because this would be counterproductive for them to keep dumping stuff in here, so maybe let's go ahead and take them out of this one. And when they clear everything out, we'll take the other... we'll assign the two that are on the opposite side of the county that I assigned here. We'll assign them over to the other warehouse for now, and then once this one's up, we'll start moving the ones back. But yeah, we'll fill up the composters, and then I think we're going to start... I don't want to fill up the other warehouse with stuff from here. I think we're going to fill up in the town hall first, and then from there, like I said, like, eventually we'll move stuff back. We have more than enough seeds in that. You know, and they could store there, so I could just run and grab as needed and take them over to the composter. So, a lot of wheat. Let's see, I'm just grabbing seeds for right now. 35k, okay. I knew this was going to be a bit of a project, but we have a couple coming up, because we have... Also, we're going to have to I want to redo the university to match our new style, our new colony style there. And also, very quickly, so I want to I want to draw attention to, over on our community tab there, I posted 2 polls earlier today on there. Over the next couple of days, I'm going to be posting a bunch of polls. That I think that's the most effective way to do it, I think. That's all fill up. Did I fill up the back already? Oh, I did. Let me just grab some more, and then we'll... I think the polling is the most effective way just to see where everyone is. So I'm going to be asking some things as I, like, continue to evaluate for, like, the channel goals going forward, and what people like and what people don't like. So today I posted a poll about a potential MineColonies server to see if there's any interest in it. I posted one prior, but I was seeking if, like, on the financial side of it, if there would be interest there. So that poll is just a couple hours ago. We've already had, I think, about... I'm not even sure how many, but about, I think, in the teens of people who have responded. So I really want people's, like, honest, like, feedback on it, and I also... you know, would appreciate, like, if you have a second to go vote in the poll there. You know, drop a comment if you have more to, like, if you have thoughts on the matter or that. But I'm just curious to see where people kind of stand on it, because again, we're not there's nothing imminent about, like, a potential server starting. It's just something that I'm considering for down the road. but I kind of need to see where people are so that way I can kind of see if that's like a viable thing or if there's not enough interest in it, which again, I know someone commented on the poll before. I actually responded back to their comment right before the stream about the, I bet you wish you didn't ask about it, because again, like I think so far a majority of the people have indicated that they would not be interested in paying, or they mostly that they would not be interested in paying, which is perfectly fine. Like I said, I'd rather know that there, because again, like that allows me to know going forward, like options in that, because I think, I mentioned on there, like, the question being like, would you join a server for X amount of money, or, like for free, or if you would expect other benefits for it. So part of it is with that, like I'm gauging where people see about paying for a server. I always hate asking for money or anything else, and I want to make sure, like, if like charging for something, that I'm not charging an outrageous rate and that people are getting value for their money. So part of it is just to see, because again, like if there's not enough interest in it, it's not something I could probably do for free. Like I know starting up a server isn't that expensive with the if you use one of the server hosting companies. I've looked into it a little bit just to see where things stand, like price wise, but a lot of them, they charge kind of by the gigabyte per RAM. And I think with a MineColonies server, if I made it free and we had a significant amount of people have interest in joining a free server, that might be a little bit of an issue, because it's kind of glitched out. Okay, and let me also, like, there's some room here, so let me just dump some seeds in there too. I could see a situation where it becomes a little bit of a like headache if we have like a lot of people join and then we have to continually add more RAM to the server, because again, like, MineColonies, I mean, I have my RAM set a little bit higher, but that's just because again I have a good amount of mods installed, and the world has gotten kind of big, so I wanted to give some leeway for the by the RAM, because I have a little bit I could spare like on there for RAM. So but it would get expensive if I made it open for everyone, and then we have like a significant amount of interest, and then we start getting lag on the server, because again, there's so many different colonies like operating on that server. And that's my reasoning behind it. It's not something that's like kind of a I don't want to say cash grab, but like a cash grab that I'm trying to use it to make money. It's more about the feasibility of supporting the server, and not having a situation where I can't cover cost and I have to close the server. So I think more than anything, if I was going to offer a server, which again, like there's nothing immediate on that, but if I was going to offer a server, I think like if we're ever able to become monetized, which I'm hoping that we will at some point, I may offer it as like a channel perk to those who become members of the channel. I also thought about starting a Patreon and doing it that way. The prices that I listed on there are pretty much the prices I was thinking about, that might be they're not too much, but it's enough to cover costs for the server and potential growth of the server there. But so I think I'll give it a few more days just to give people like an opportunity to respond there. Sorry about the long thing. I just wanted to explain that a little bit out there, like my rationale behind the poll and like what I'm looking at with it. So again, like I'm continuing to evaluate for growth opportunities on the server here, and I'm going to be, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be unleashing a number of polls at various points this week. I'll probably try to keep it to one a day. I asked 2 today, but that's just because I wanted to give people time, and I was wondering both things there. So I appreciate everyone who has voted in the poll. It's available on the community tab. And if you haven't had a chance to vote yet, you know, please consider doing so, especially if you have an interest in it. If you have an interest in the matter, just, you know, and like feel free to drop a comment down below with your thoughts on it as well, because it really does help out a lot there. Because again, like I don't want to, as I mentioned in the comments before, like I don't want to offer something. I don't want to offer something that there's not enough interest in. And that, like, I don't want to start something and there's not enough interest and I have to like cancel or close the server there. So it's a good way to make your opinion on it known there. And I'm also going to be unleashing other polls this week about, you know, like your thoughts on the channel, what we can do differently and what we can do better here. You know, I know tomorrow I'm going to probably drop a poll on there that's going to ask about people's thoughts on my video format, if you think the videos are too long, or if they're too long, or well, I can't imagine if they're not long enough, but I'll pose that in there. And then, you know, I'll eventually be asking too about I'll eventually be asking too like, you know, people's thoughts on substance of the video as well, because sometimes I know I go a little bit long, because sometimes, like, if we have a significant amount of updates, I probably talk a little too much with it. So I tried to keep last week's video a little bit shorter. I mean, my goal is generally to get them in the 10 to, I think, like the about, well, not 10, maybe like 20. Throw these in here. Into like the 20-minute range. I think that's usually good enough on there. I've had some longer ones that have gone into the 30s and like even 40 there. So I'm always looking at ways to make the videos more, the videos more efficient. And that's so, you know, we're kind of getting to the point and it's not like very long there. So it's going to be an opportunity for you to kind of give feedback on it. You know, I want to look at things that I can do better here, and I want to look at things that we can do to continue to grow our channel and our community here. You know, I appreciate the support of everyone always. I really do there. And we've been seeing a little bit of an up, I will say, over the last week, because I know for a little while, the reason I've been thinking about this so much is that we've had a little bit of stagnant growth on the channel, unfortunately, there. So I'm trying to think of ways that, like, things that we can do to make the channel more interesting and more for what people are looking there. Okay. So those are going to be dropped. I'm also going to ask a question later this week as well as to if anyone would have an interest in me playing a second game on the channel. So obviously we focused on MineColonies, and MineColonies would still be my priority on the channel here, but I'm gonna look and see if there would be interest in watching like another game. And I think it would be more so like not Call of Duty not Call of Duty or something like that, or like Battlefield, or like any kind of like shooter games. Like I think like what I'm talking about, like, or maybe other like city building games, maybe games like Valheim or that, you know. So I'm you know, I'm gonna be asking questions like that. So I don't know if anyone would be interested in, like, you know, a different type of game also being played on the channel there, but I'll be asking that. And I'll be soliciting just general feedback on things that maybe you think I could do better as well, because I think it's important for me to listen to you all and to kind of get a gauge of what people think and things that we could do better. Because again, like, I could look at something and be like, oh, I think this is a good idea, or I think this is interesting, and, you know, others may not think the same thing. So I want to get a gauge of that to see where things stand there. Need to build a void chest, trash can chest to, yeah, avoid overstack. Yeah, we need to because we're gonna get that with the seeds. Or move. Actually, let's keep moving seeds for right now. We're gonna get that. We're getting that with, like, now we have too much. Now we have too much wheat there. We should probably look to get a bakery soon too, but yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to, I'm going to move as much stuff out of here as I can. We're going to put it in the town hall, and then I'm also going to put some seeds and some wheat into our manual storage area. I'm going to try to fill up with like a bunch of the stuff in our manual area. I don't think there's much room in the warehouse. By me, we also have room in the basement of our house. I might utilize that as well. There, but yeah, the seeds have been getting out of control. I think ever since we put this other warehouse in over here, I think it's dramatically helped. It's dramatically helped our crop output, I think, like a lot. Because again, like we had a wheat shortage for the longest time, but I think once we put the composter in right there, and once we put this warehouse in, like it seems to have got, like things have exploded here, which is good. I'm not complaining. Again, like we're never in a situation right now that we don't have enough food for our people. We always have way more than enough there, which is a good thing. Again, we never had that issue here, but yeah, so, but I do want to keep the second warehouse, and I think it'll help when we get the other one, like, upgraded, or we get this one, like, upgraded to level 5, and then max it out in terms of storage space. There, too. Alright, so we'll fill this up. And sorry if I'm being boring, like talking about some of the stuff. Like I think I'm just looking a lot at like things we can do to help grow the channel and trying to brainstorm a little bit. So it's stuff like that. Like I know I'll be asking a bunch of questions, but it will help a lot. You know, if you have some time, or if you're just on the channel and you could pop in and vote in some of them, that's greatly appreciated, just so I can get an understanding of where people are here as well. And I think too, like I'm considering opening up maybe I don't know, maybe a suggestion section on the Discord for things specifically related to stream quality, to video quality, in terms of like content and that, so I can people can kind of comment their thoughts on it. And I'm going to try to implement, or you know, at least like think about like the suggestions that I get on here. I'm going to take everything seriously here. Don't be offended if I don't end up like taking like a suggestion or something there. Again, like, you know, I'm hoping to get a wide range of ideas and that to try to help out what people want to look for there. But like I said, anything with like a potential server or anything, I should just clarify and say like that's not something that's actively, like I'm actively in the works of creating, that I've taken many steps to get such a thing going. There, I have done a little bit of research just to get an understanding of what's involved with it there, but there's nothing imminent for it there too. So now continue to look at the polls that I posted today to see where people come down on it, and I can you know, I'll go from there with that too. All right, good. Emmy finished taking that down. Dramatics will be done soon too. Right now, I think we'll keep trying to move some stuff out before we get her going. I think we'll have her. Well, actually, maybe. Well, I was gonna say maybe because I want to take down that other guard tower too. Because I think we'll check on that mine, but I think I think if anything, I might start a new mine there. I might go with my original plan, even if this one's working, just to get it in a new area. Because again, like when they dig down, like unfortunately, I think they're going to be digging into areas that they've already excavated there, so it's probably a better idea to move it somewhere else. Originally, I was hoping for space purposes to keep it there, but now that we kind of dug out the back portion of our colony, like I like in the southeast part down there, and we have some room. Like I'm looking at it, like okay, like this, we have room for it. So, okay, good. That's all good there. Okay, so let's head back over. And of course, I appreciate everyone coming and watching and hanging out tonight. Yeah, I apologize if this isn't like the most interesting thing, you know, moving stuff around, but it's something that, like I said, like in order to do the warehouse, like I don't want to lose this stuff or create like havoc for the builders. I saw that last time what had happened, that there was some havoc with like Maddox's, you know, was taking down racks, and then his inventory was getting full and things were moving very slowly because he had to keep running back and dumping his inventory, and they had to come up and like pick it up and take it over to the warehouse. So like I said, this is just to make it easier for, like, you know, taking it down and putting it back up. And, you know, again, I'll probably, it's not like we're going to move the seats back. I'm probably actually just going to utilize the town hall for the, like, to keep seeds in there. And we can always, over time, like, take those over to the composter and do big dumps there of like, the seeds and everything. Okay, good. Maddox finished. That. Okay. So we'll get this all together, and then we'll head back over. I think we're gonna have we'll have Maddox take down the other guard tower there, because again we're gonna put the mine in there, and once he takes that down, we'll have him start working on the new mine over there, and then we'll put the guard tower there. And I think that's good because that kind of fills up that area too, because again, like we're kind of filling up down there, because like I said, that'll be all filled in, because I think for the most part, like a lot of the, I've been keeping like production type buildings in terms of like building materials, like them crafting things or smelting things. I've tried to keep it all in the same area over there, so that area should be mostly filled up, and I don't think there's many things left for us to build that are involving like production type materials. I think we've come a long way there. A lot of it is like extra farms, a quarry, like graveyard, mystical site, like all that stuff. There as well. But yeah, we'll definitely have to go through, because I know at some point in the future, like, you know, these warehouses, even after we get them upgraded to level 5, are unfortunately going to fill up once again. Let me leave those there. Let's head down and get Maddox working on that. Taking down that guard tower. I'd be curious to see if that miner was just glitched out, or what the situation was there. Let's see. Let's stop off quickly. I don't know if he's working in the rain or not. Some of them started. Let's see. He's kind of standing there. Let's see. Oh, it's because he's waiting on stuff. Interesting. Maybe the other one was just glitched out. Either way, I think we're still gonna probably opt to move the mining operations down there, just so they have a fresh area to mine. And I mean, I'm not sure if there's any tunnels that stretch down this far. It's entirely possible that they have already dug under here, but... Alright, so I'll have Maddox take this one down, and we'll have Emmy do the warehouse then. I'm gonna try to move some more stuff first out of there. Oh, there we go. Rain cleared up. About to be nighttime. So we'll see if we get a raid soon. I actually moved a bunch of stuff out, so I put a stash box here because I was having them run some things over to our other warehouse because I had a bunch of stuff stored in here from when I moved the other one. I'm not sure if we'll actually... You know, my main thing for not getting her started right away and taking it down is because that way it gives us a little bit of time to clear some more stuff out first. From there. So this town hall, unfortunately, is going to fill up very quickly. There, and maybe we're getting to the point where we'll just have to start throwing seeds away too. I hate to be wasteful, but we do have more than enough for the foreseeable future. And we will get more, obviously. Too. Also, putting up the greenhouse obviously kind of accelerated things because we only had a growing season for the longest time that was basically like summer and fall for these crops to really take off. And the rest of the year, unfortunately, like, not much was getting done. That's why we always had, like, we were having a shortage of stuff for composting and for wheat there. But now it's kind of like it kind of supercharged everything. Here, so now we have, like, way more than enough stuff, which is a good problem to have. I'd rather have too much than not have enough. Obviously, storage becomes a headache, and in situations like this, because I knew when we updated to the Caledonia style that this was going to be a process here. So now let's head back over. Let's see, maybe we'll start taking some weed out instead, so that maybe with the seeds, like, we'll end up maybe tossing those. We'll have to stop and get gas too. Warm. Okay, forgot to filter the water before. But let's start taking some wheat over there, and then we'll take some seeds to our manual storage area once we fill in there, and then we'll fill our chest up with wheat as well. How we try to give a little bit more to, like, the cow hand as well. There, and then we'll put the rest in our manual storage area, and then I have to cut, maybe throw some wheat away. There too. Okay. Potatoes. Those poison potatoes. Just toss those away. We definitely have no shortage of stuff to compost anymore. And this one. But on another note, I was looking at the calendar earlier today. It's hard to believe that we're already in the back half of, we're pretty much, like, heading into the back half of November. That Thanksgiving's only about a week and a half away, less than that. There, so I was thinking a little bit about our, like, schedule coming up. So obviously, the holidays are starting to come up and that we're actually also coming up on the 1-year anniversary of this channel as well, which is very exciting. So our 1 year is in, I have to check the exact date, but it's in late December. It's in late December there, because I remember I started the community while I was on vacation at the end of the year there. So we're actually coming up on that too. But our schedule this week I posted on our Discord. Our schedule for next week will probably be a little bit smaller there, just because it's going to be a little busy with Thanksgiving in the U.S. here there. So I'm not sure how much time I'll have that week there. I'm still anticipating getting an episode out, but we may only have maybe one live stream that week. Next week, so just as an FYI there. Okay. Let's see, I think, do we fill everything up? Yep. Alright, before we start throwing stuff in the basement of our house, very quickly, I think let's take these back to our manual storage area. And let's put some wheat down there. We could also take some carrots and potatoes, and then I think we might have to start destroying some of the excess stuff as well. I feel like we're gonna have to dedicate so much time to like destroying like certain materials from the warehouse when the warehouse starts to fill up. But this was our original wheat chest, and we actually still have a bunch of potatoes there, some carrots there, and we actually have some seeds in there still. Canola seeds. Canola, actually, that's good to know. I forgot that was down here. And these were poppies. Actually, we might be able to fill both of these up with, like, wheat. Or all these up with wheat over here. Just so we can keep a supply of it there. But again, like, I don't really... The one was, like, holding poppies from that we were getting from the iron farm, but... Now, obviously, those go right for composting. Or die. So we'll utilize these. I'll add some more chests in here. Too. We haven't really been down here too much, so, like, you know, since we had our own warehouse built. But again, thank you everyone for coming and hanging out tonight. Like I said, I hope everyone's having a very great weekend so far here. That was a good one for me. Very cold this weekend, actually snowing today. A little bit sooner than I would prefer. Unfortunately, but it's here. Then, also for football fans, I'm a Bills fan. I've been before they got good. I was a Bills fan, so today was a bit of a hard day earlier. For anyone who follows like American football. Let's head back to our house. We'll sleep, and then we'll take some more wheat out. Then we'll try to fill up our manual storage area with those, and then I guess I could even take some more seeds out. Like we'll just kind of stock those up. Let's get gas too. Just make sure this is all gassed up. I think we have. Yeah, 42%. Actually, does this need... We'll do some repairs on this quickly, too. Oh, wait, did I just throw the... Oops. I'll just throw that out. Oop. Stuck on the wall. Should really move the planes out of here. Okay, let's fuel that up. Then I'll do a quick repair and then we'll get ready. When we get the all clear. There. Okay. Stop, and then let's head over. Let's repair this thing, and then we'll park. Just because we'll be making a few trips back and forth. Nope. See if we can get that middle. I think we have to hit the middle tile. See if I do it partially on there. Maybe up a little bit more. The whole thing have to be out. Oh, there we go. Oh, what happened to the... Oh, did they break? I thought I had all the tools in there. Well, never mind. We'll make do for now. Alright, I'm just gonna pull off to the side like this. And did we get the all clear yet? No. We'll give it another minute. Sometimes I notice it's like hit and miss. Like the first night when I log into the world, that sometimes like people fall asleep, sometimes people don't. So we'll give it a minute or so, and then if we don't get the all clear, I'll just jump in to bed. Oh, do we get it? No. Okay. Let's just jump in. Alright, so we'll move some more wheat over. And some more seeds in that. And also when Maddox is finished doing the guard tower, or getting that down, I'll get him started on a new mine. I think regardless, we're still going to move the miner over there. It appears one of them just got glitched out. Or the miner that was there got glitched out. But part of it is just tough because, you know, we're changing the styles around in that, but obviously the new, like some of the new designs that we're using are a little bit different than the old ones. Things don't match up correctly all the time. Their case in point, the mine doesn't exactly like fit up, and obviously they changed the way that they kind of structure, which I prefer. I like the new way anyways. I think it makes the mine look a lot cooler. In the new way that it does it. Looks like we had an Enderman up there too, because I said there's like a dirt block, random dirt block up there. Okay. Let's see, we got all of them out of there. Well, like 9.6k more, so maybe we won't even have to destroy that many. This is more than we could ever use. Even when we get the bakery, this is probably way more than we could ever use, but I just hate being wasteful. They're destroying it, so, but obviously there's going to come a point, because right now, you know, the warehouse upstairs is like full. And we can utilize some in our player house in the basement. I have a bunch of empty racks down there. Interesting. Wait, what is she? Is she going and grabbing stuff out of here? Because there's no one... That's interesting. Did she grab it? I noticed that they were doing that, like, when I took down the other warehouse, and I assigned them to, like, my personal one, that, you know, so that, like, you know, things could still move around the colony. And I noticed that at points they were running into the old warehouse, and I'm not sure if they were or not, but it appeared that they were grabbing things from the other racks. Again, I'm not sure if that's what was going on or what, or that, but... Yeah, see? Another one there. Did you grab anything? Interesting. Is there paper up there? They grabbed leather. Interesting. So maybe they're coming and getting some stuff out. I think we had some paper, and obviously we have a bunch of, I think, sugar cane in here too, bamboo. Well, if they have to come, if they clear stuff out too, that helps. Go right down here. And I'll probably have to craft some... I don't know if I might have one chest left. I'll have to craft some additional chests. And... like I said, we'll maximize, like, this space and just have it go up. Because originally, like, the plan was to go 3 high. But... okay. Hopefully we'll get a good chunk of the other warehouse kind of vacated before the end of today's stream. And then we could just get started and actually constructing the new one. Like, we'll have her start taking down the old one. And maybe we'll start her in a little while on that while I continue to move stuff out. Because you'll have to take down the roof and everything anyways. They kind of do it. And, like, you know, they start from the top down, obviously. I'm interested to see if he takes down the whole roof. Because on the other one, it's kind of weird. And again, like, they take these things down, but they only partially take them down. Like, the other one, they left like a good chunk of the roof still in the other warehouse, which was weird. But I've been noticing that they've been doing that, like, especially with the couriers' huts as we've been taking them down and moving them. That the couriers' huts have been like, they partially deconstructed, but not fully. Alright, let me grab, I should have... Yeah, let's go ahead and break some down. Do I have any... Alright, so we have one chest. So I think we're going to need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, like 14. So we need to make Lucky 13 just for over there. Break down a whole bunch. cycle through, and specifically spruce. Yeah. Oh, probably should have. Well, let's try that again. Make as many as we can out of this. There we go. Okay, 17. That's okay. We could fill in a few of the other good spots as well. Boom. And we'll move some, like I said, we'll move carrots and potatoes over here too. Here. So I have 3 left. I must have not dug out this high over here. They've been here. More seeds. Okay. And let me... Actually, let's throw that one up there for right now. Okay. Full... Oh, interesting. I didn't realize this was... See, that's how little we've been down here. Yeah, part of that. And it's exposed there. Oops. Alright, let's throw these back up there. Okay, we got more room for wheat. Whatever we can't fit into those, like, 6 chests at this point, like, we're just gonna have to destroy. Take that out. And we'll drive on the opposite side and just head down here. And we'll stop off here. Let's crack some beat down again. Oh, only 2.6, so... I guess you could fill up with, like, additional seeds if we wanted to. Great. Actually, we should... Let me just run down the street here. Let's drop some off at the cowhand's hut. Here, just to make sure that we're, they have enough. Oh, that's why. Wonder, I'm like, why are they... Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to reach it from out here. I'll try to go inside. So far with the new design, I've been pleased because they haven't... Here. They have a, oh, nice, they have a rack. Okay. Up, back up. Let's actually fill this in a little bit more, just so. I guess what we could do with the other one, like with the other, we could just put more seeds. Or maybe just destroy. Maybe we should leave that open in case we have to move. $843. Okay, there. And I think that's it for wheat. So I guess let's move on to... let's grab some carrots while we're up here. And actually, we can... Let's actually run these down to the swine herd, too. I like that they have some racks in there now, too. One of the things that I like the most about upgrading to this style is that the forester's hut has a let me has racks now. It has like at least a rack there, which is I think is important. I'd say like it allows them to be able to store more stuff. Oh, there we go. Oh wait, what am I doing? Build that up. Alright, well that's it for the wheat then, so that solves that problem. Alright, let's grab some more carrots. Did I put anything in here yet? No. Okay. Let me run some carrots down the street again. Oh, we should probably... Let's find out where everything is. 183k. Alright, so the swine herd should have enough for a long time. I hear him. We'll throw some in our annual storage area as well. And we'll burn whatever is left then. Take it to our lava pit. One open. And let's see, did I set a minimum? Let's see, what if I set? Oh, I did. Now if you say to me, I'll shop over. Okay, that's probably... Maybe I'll just leave it at that. Up here. Oh, there's another... Interesting. Obviously they're not using that. Okay, so there's another one up here. Actually, we could move some more carrots over then. Here. Nope. They keep coming here, so I feel like they're pulling stuff out of here. Good. Okay, let's run these down. We might have to start filling up the truck. This one, okay. Fill that one up. And let me add just a few. We'll leave it at that. There. But I fill this one up. Let's max that out. Okay. So they still have some open space here. We've got enough carrots. Okay, so we'll start dropping stuff down here in our manual storage area. Potatoes, wheat, and I think carrots. This is very good too, because again, even when we get the other one all upgraded, we're gonna have like a ton of more space. Because I'm not gonna move any of these back. Like we'll hold them for now, and eventually like, we may have to destroy them, depending. But we'll have so much room in there. But that way, at least for right now, because the cowhand's the one that really needs the wheat for now. We don't have a bakery yet. We should look to get a bakery soon. This week we're going to do the shepherd's hut. Here, like I said, we only have like a handful of buildings left to actually like build still. Okay. Up there. And actually, that reminds me, we should probably put some, maybe put some carrots in the other, I don't think there's many in there, other warehouse, just in case and some potatoes too, just in case the hospital needs a bunch. Maybe we'll stop by the hospital and I'll put some more carrots in there too. Just a couple stacks. Not to like overwhelm it. Okay. Wow. I feel like our farm yield is like amazing. So happy because that was like always, you know, initially that was like such an issue. With wheat at least. Even for carrots and potatoes, like we were still not having like a massive amount. Here. Okay, so we'll be back. Let's go to the hospital very quickly, drop some more off. We'll do the same with potatoes later. I also had at our apiary, I had them kind of store up some honeycomb. I'm having them produce some honey just so we can get a decent supply, set a minimum stock at the hospital. So we'll get a couple stacks there. Just make sure that that's fully staffed, or fully, it has all the materials there. We'll stop right here. Just run in. I know there's some rack space. We're just going to put a few. And that's just a storage chest. I think that's the only... Yeah, like an office. Nothing there, obviously. Let me... that's probably more than enough. How much space do they have here? A decent amount. I don't want to overdo it. Actually, that reminds me what we should do too. Let's assign the 2 couriers that are currently able. So let's assign them over to this warehouse just in case things are getting a little bit busier, because again, this warehouse is absorbing all, you know, like all the duties for storage and that. Let's go ahead and add them over here just so this doesn't get too overwhelmed and we're keeping people employed. Hire. There should only be... Oh. And we'll hire here too. Hire. I think they still have their... I guess we could leave them all. When we pick up those couriers' huts, that's when their jobs are probably going to disappear. But for right now, we'll have them here too. The auto void chest and the colony chest of hopper. Yeah, we can we'll eventually do that too, because like I said, like we'll have some relief. Again, I haven't had any issues with the level 5 warehouse that we had, but again, like I know at some point we're going to start having some issues. But I figure just kind of we'll stock up this area, because once this manual area is like all filled up, with stuff here, that's when we're gonna start destroying stuff. So just so we have some backup supplies. Although, like, I don't foresee a situation that, you know, like we're gonna enter some kind of great famine phase. I just don't see that happening. Because again, we have more meat and all of that than we know what to do with. All our people eat our protein, so. Okay, we'll dump a bunch of the carrots up. We do have our like our little lava pit by our lava farm there, so we're not doing the bad thing of throwing things into the ocean like we were doing before. There, obviously, the stuff, you know, there's no damage done to the Minecraft environment with that, but. We'll throw things in the lava instead. Okay, let's go grab some more carrots. Alright, and how's this thing doing on 94? Okay. Just making sure. They keep glitching out on the tracks. I might have to look, because I'm sure they've probably released a new update since then, because I know I updated recently the mod pack, because I know they added, or I think they made some quality of life changes, so I did that a couple weeks back, but I haven't checked on it since, though. I'm trying to keep tabs on it. I can tell you what, though, that we're we're never changing the style of like all our colony buildings again, so we don't have to like keep moving stuff out of the move like the warehouses and that. Oh, I have to get more water. Okay, let me just grab some sugarcane water. Alright. Okay, drop these in here. That's all full. You know. Okay. Grab a few more, and we'll go drop these off. I don't think Maddox said anything about the... Must still be taking down the other... guard tower. Okay, let's run this over. Okay, I think we're about to be almost full up. We may have to start destroying some carrots too, because I'll keep the extra, like the extra wheat. Yeah. The other thing too, I'll throw some in that stash box. That way, you know, we'll get some in our other warehouse too, just a few. We'll just fill it up, like we'll fill up the stash box one time with carrots, just so there's some there. And then I think we'll just destroy the rest. There, okay. I'm just gonna keep 3 of those. Well, we're all set on the wheat for now. Let me take all these out. And we'll start moving potatoes right after this, too. Let me just throw this out. I'm going to try to clear most of the stuff that we're going to save out of the warehouse first, and then the other stuff, that's when we'll proceed to... Oh, yeah. Okay, so this stash box is full. We'll throw these. We'll go down here. Alright. Feels very wasteful, but what are we gonna do? There. Okay. Alright, so we'll get some potatoes now. Since we have some spaces, I'll drop some of those. We'll drop some off at the hospital, too. Again, carrots and potatoes are obviously that... Was that for influenza, I believe? Oh, 20k. It's not bad. Poison potatoes, we'll destroy those. We usually kept them around for like composting, but again, we just don't need that. And actually, I'm starting to think, well, maybe we should also put some seeds into the other warehouse just so our composters can continue working too. Now that I think of it, maybe we should do that. Just so like when those composters run out of stuff, they're very efficient at it. But I think seeds are not the most efficient thing for them to compost because I think they go through more of them at a time, which is fine because again we have so many, so that's not a big deal. That's all empty. Oh, what does he have? He's taking seeds somewhere. Not sure where he's taking them, but the composters can't possibly have gone through them that quick. I don't think. Alright, let's grab the rest of these. And I'm starting to see some empty racks, so that's a good sign. That means we're making some progress here. Like I said, I appreciate everyone just coming and hanging out. I know this is not the most exciting thing to do, you know, like this, but this is important here, because again, this is kind of so when we do the warehouse upgrade, just so we're not losing things, and or especially not so much just losing things, but also not having a giant mess on our hands when they start taking down the racks and that. So I'll throw some in here. Because they'll go through them in time too. Okay, that's more than enough. Alright, so the rest we'll do the same thing again, where we'll fill up the racks in our manual storage area, and then eventually we'll destroy the other potatoes. There, and actually, did they clear this out yet? No. It might be a little delayed. This one. Oh, I probably should have, before we came running down, I probably could have filled up the rest of my inventory. Save the trip. Okay, as soon as, if they can pick those up. Oh, there we go. Perfect. At first, I was kind of skeptical about the two warehouse thing because it felt like the second one wasn't really being utilized, but then it really seemed like because they were picking up all the like stuff from the farms, because again, we have all our farms kind of in one area, so that really feels like when it started doing that, it really made a difference there. So the second one has become like very integral, and that's helped out a lot with like agricultural stuff. The one thing that's kind of an issue is that I feel like sugar, like the paper and everything, is not always getting transported to other parts of the colony. You know, that like paper's ending up in that warehouse, but then it's not getting moved to other parts, so that's just one thing there. But I kind of stacked up, and I set like an increased minimum supply at both the library and school, so that way they have enough paper. All right, and I'll throw a little bit more into Just so that there's some, and so they have some potatoes over in the other warehouse. So they'll have some carrots, some potatoes. But I think that was everything, right? Yep. Alright, let's head back. Got plenty of room still. Stuck. Okay, let's see how many potatoes we have left. 13K, that's not too bad. Okay, let's toss these out here. Interesting that they keep coming back to this warehouse to pull. I think they're pulling stuff out of here. That's good. Too. Hopefully they'll fix that too, because I noticed that they keep like kind of glitching on the tracks a little bit. They keep spinning, or they do that in doorways too. I've noticed. So presumably it's just a glitch that they need to iron out. Other than the agricultural products, like I think we might have some like, we may have some like deep like cobblestone. I'm thinking in here that's probably taking up some space. Let me see really quickly what else is. Yeah, see we have a lot of paper, good amount of poppies for some reason. Cactus, potato, wow, 15K in bamboo, wow. Now what we're gonna do with all that. Even some raw cod. Leather. Okay, so it's like a collection of just like some random stuff and a bunch of enchanted books. And then some cooked food. Yep, 10K in deep slate. Alright, so overall there's not like a ton left, and some of the stuff we can destroy. I will probably hold on to some of the deep slate though, just so we can use that for some builds and that, but we could always move that over to like our player house and put them in the basement. Because we do have some racks there, basement of it. Now, I've been looking at the different styles. The one thing I've noticed an absence of is the player house. I haven't been able to find it anywhere yet, because I noticed that not every style has like all the same stuff in it. So like, for example, like an ice skating rink, I forget which one it's under. I think it's under like medieval spruce or like spruce or one of those. That one, you know, there's like an ice rink under there, but again, there's not one under Caledonia. Then, so, like I said, they're not in every single style, all of these builds, so sometimes it just involves like kind of going and taking a look through. But I haven't seen like any new like player houses there. So I don't know what we'll do with ours. I mean, like I'll probably, we do have a bunch of stuff in there. I'd hate to like, I'd hate to have them take it down there. So maybe we'll just keep it the way it is, or we'll see. The other thing I was thinking about before too is that we do need to Because we've been so focused on, like, obviously deconstructing, reconstructing. I think that we need to start focusing on upgrading some of the new buildings that we've built in the last couple of episodes, because they've kind of been kept at the same one. So I think we're going to start making a priority of that. Probably, like, next week, the week after that, since we'll have some limited time next week. Alright, so we're almost... See how much we have left. I guess that this will be... We probably have, like, enough for, like, a little bit more. And then we'll destroy the rest. It's only a couple thousand, so... But we have enough of a supply. But I think too, also in a little bit we'll look to get her Emmy started on taking that down. So we'll have to do a little bit more moving tomorrow, I think, as well, to get more stuff out of there. Because, like I said, the one thing is not just so the stuff doesn't get destroyed, but it also creates a bit of a headache if we don't move stuff out, because Emmy will destroy the racks like when they're taking things down, and essentially when they start destroying the racks, the stuff that's, like, obviously it explodes out, and then every time they get near that area, it kind of clogs up their inventory and it slows things down dramatically. Okay, so the potatoes are all maxed out, carrots are all maxed out, and then we do have some open spaces here. We'll leave this for now, but we could always add more wheat into there. Alright, so for the rest of these, let's go toss these out. And then I think we're going to throw some seeds, excuse me, into the stash box, just to have them in our other warehouse, because I don't think there's many seeds over there, so I'm going to grab a little bit more. There. Okay. It's actually a great time to be doing this too, because luckily right now it's spring, so it's not that hot up here, because otherwise we'd be getting hot every so often. So I'm glad that we're doing most of this stuff now in the spring, because again, like in this area of the colony, you know, we can do more extensive work in the spring and the winter and spring, but then and somewhat in the fall. But summer is very difficult to do anything here, because it gets so hot in this part of the colony. Just like in the other part, it's difficult to do anything in the winter, because it's too cold down there. And that's a lot of leather too, so I'll probably have that moved over to the other one. Okay, so we'll move some more seeds over. So we have some room in our manual storage area, but I'm also going to throw some in the stash box too. Alright, look in there. I realized we had so much bamboo too. There, very good. There. How's the remodeling going? What buildings are being changed? So, yeah, it's coming along good. I'm not sure what Maddox is up to. It's been a... Did he say that he's... You know, I noticed... We'll go over there as we go over, because I've noticed when they've been taking down the guard towers that, like, he kind of gets stuck halfway down, and you have to, like, cancel out the request and then redo it, and that seems to, like, kind of reset them. There, but yeah, so it's moving. We're moving a little slow today because again, we took down the 2 couriers' huts and we took down. We're taking down the guard tower. Probably more so tomorrow. What we're gonna do We're going to be able to, we'll probably assign this over to Emmy shortly to start taking this down. But we're going to keep moving stuff out tomorrow. And then we're going to get Maddox as soon as he's done. Carrots. Is that all the seeds? That can't be. I heard some more. Bunch of iron in here, too. We'll get Maddox started on building a new mine. There, and then Maddox will put up the other guard tower over there as well. So those will be his project this week. There, that was weird. It kind of spazzed out. So that's why. So I posted an updated schedule on our Discord for this week. There, so like again with the couriers huts, we'll be rebuilding those ones as well, the ones that we just took down, but we'll do that later in the week. We're gonna deconstruct and reconstruct this warehouse. We're gonna be deconstructing and reconstructing that tower on the southern part, the guard tower there, and we're going to be building a new mine over in that area too. So that's kind of the agenda for what I'm hoping to accomplish this week. So not as many upgrade or build projects, but this one's going to take a while, so we'll see how much we can actually accomplish. Because Maddox will probably be moving a little bit faster than Emmy, and that's because like taking down the warehouse is like a lot of a longer process in her rebuilding this. So Maddox should be able to go, like he should be able to handle some of the other projects. But I kept it light, and I might even have to carry, like, you know, for next week we might have to carry some stuff over. Too, and still very good on gas. All right, this way so that they have some in the other warehouse too. Okay, but at least for now, because when we get get that upgraded again, storage should not be an issue for at least a while. I wouldn't think. Because we'll obviously, I think I have enough emeralds, emerald blocks, I think, that we should be able to upgrade the warehouse to its maximum space. Are there any, or do I not have any in there? Ooh, actually, might have to get some more, because I went and bought some more mending books, so we're kind of low on emeralds. Hopefully we'll get a pirate raid coming up. There, so we can get some more emeralds from there. I'll have to see, maybe the other warehouse might have some too. Alright, I'll throw some more seeds into the stash box too. There, so we just make sure we have enough in our other warehouse. One more, this will just be the last full, close to full, yeah, last full one that we'll do. Okay. Grab some of these out. Not to throw too many, but just so that we have enough stuff to keep composting. We got everything good. Alright, so we'll grab some more seeds and move them over here. By not checking the YouTube chat window, it should be, because I have it, let me see. Oh, wait, why is this not, I'm sorry. Why is this not, I'm very sorry. Usually, so, because again, we are streaming to 3 different platforms right now, and usually like the YouTube comments show up on my multi-stream one, and I'm not seeing, for some reason the YouTube ones aren't popping up. So hey there, so very much apologies for Ben and Buddy. Good to see you both. Hope you're both doing well there. So sorry I didn't see it. For some reason my chat was not keeping up over on Streamlabs here, so my apologies. for that. But I hope you're both doing well, and of course, welcome. There. Yeah, let me drop these off. There. Okay. Yeah, eventually, like I said, we'll probably start destroying some of the seeds in that. I'm just gonna, like I said, like I allocated the space that I allocated over on the down there in the manual storage area. So everything else from there, like, will eventually destroy the rest of the stuff. There as well. Yeah, I'm not. There's always got to be some tech issue. I guess that was the chat was not showing up on the other one, which is weird because initially, you know, you could probably tell because when I start the stream, I always pin. I either ask like a question or like a question on YouTube, or I just pin Discord to the top, like the Discord message, so that people know about our Discord and that it's open to everyone. And it popped up on my multi-stream chat because I have two chats, so I have the YouTube chat and the multi-stream chat, and for some reason usually the YouTube comments show up under the multi-stream one, but it didn't today. There. Doing well indeed. Very good to hear. You have a few ideas for storage solutions if you'd like some additional. Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to drop them in there or mention them too. So I will preface it by saying, so we do have our own warehouse that is pretty full, but we do have our own warehouse, and usually I do store some stuff over there. The area that we're putting these like seeds in our that was our old manual one before we had our warehouse. So toss these in here. There. We don't really use the manual one too much anymore. In fact, I've taken stuff out of the manual one, but I think it's going to be good for stuff like this then, so we can move some of these around. Simple storage computers and the create storage tanks. All right, I'll take a look because I know we haven't done much with the create mod. We probably should start like playing around with it a little bit more, but I haven't done like much with it. There. Missed the dad jokes. I'm sorry, I'll try to take a look back up at the top of the chat. One lone diamond. Was this it for the... Did we get them all? Alright, maybe we got the rest of the seeds out. That's good. Also, sorry that Nightbot and Streamlabs are both posting at the same time. Okay, cool. We got all the seeds out, finally. Okay, so we won't have to destroy any. I'll throw the rest back into the manual area. Let me also grab... let's grab some cobble deep slate. I'm going to save that, too. Down here. Because we have some room in our manual storage area for that as well, so I'll throw these into there. Oop, just in case we need them for some other projects. And yeah, I think we're going to be able to get her started on this very soon, getting her taking these down. Alright, let's run these down. Because again, this is getting empty enough, I think. Okay. I have some... We have some stone. But that's where we used to store our cobblestone. Feels so long ago now. Like I said, like I haven't really like I was down here briefly, like the other day, I think, looking for, I think, some dyes, but yeah, it's a blast from the past. It's hard to believe. It's been so long since we've been down there. It's been like weeks since, like, you know, since I've been down there. Seeds over here. That's full. Let me see really quick. That's not going to open. Yeah, we'll have to make one more. We'll have to make one more chest too. Let's see, I think I actually have a granite. Dirt. Wait, do I have sand up here? Oh, sandstone. Here's granite. I know we had a bunch of those. I'll put the cobblestone right there. We need some more wood. Yeah, spruce again. Basically one chest though this time. Always regular chest. Don't need a fancy one. Well, let's go this route. Good. That back there. I'll go check on Maddox very quickly after we empty the truck out, so I completely forgot. I think he's stuck a little bit. That seems to, like I said, that seems to happen with that. Some of these, I don't know if it's just like it doesn't fully recognize the 118 styles anymore. That's what it kind of feels like it's just not recognizing. Them, because like they're taking down portions of it, but then they're leaving like vast majorities of like the stuff still up. So then I have to, I mean, I manually do it. Like I have them come and clear out like whatever's in the area. Take these out. And I think when we head back over to the warehouse too, we'll get Emmy started on. Taking down that warehouse too. Okay, just enough space, but that's good. That's all the seeds out of the warehouse. Alright, let's go see what goes on with Maddox. I can guarantee it's like partially taken out. Or did he get it mostly down? Actually, that's about right. That's, for some reason they keep doing that. They get down to like about, just about this level. Alright, cancel. And then let's redo it. Alright, that should hopefully reset them there. It's always to about this level too. It's like slightly, it's just like sometimes slightly more than this. So he actually got a little bit further, but then yeah, for some reason then he starts like he gets stuck up in the tree. Or he gets like stuck up on some other building. Like I'm not sure why and it does that, but let's also check on the miner really quickly while we're here. Like I said, and see if they're still digging down here. Well, he's just kind of been standing. Well, he's digging because there's cobblestone. Stone axe. Interesting. Actually, let me take... I think we have coal. I'm going to take that out of this thing because I know I think we need that for one of the building upgrades. We need, like, the actual ore. Interesting, so he is digging here, but I think we will make this into the, like, the one that is for the quarry. So we'll get a new one started down there, a little bit down there. But good, just really quickly before we wrap up for tonight, let me just get her started on taking down this warehouse. So I think we made a lot of progress, like, on this. We moved a bunch of the stuff out, so now it's just, you know, some cobblestone or some deep slate and some other various things, but this one was, like, completely full, and we're seeing now it's, like, pretty much this entire bottom row is empty at this point, so just a lot of deep slate. But that's good. That's very good. So, Emmy will take this down. We'll have her do this. And let's head back. And we're going to wrap up for tonight. I'm happy with the progress that we made here. Like I said, tomorrow will be more building-esque. Like, we'll get Maddox started on the mine. He'll finish probably taking that down in the first part of the live stream tomorrow. And then he can take down, and then we'll have them start building a new mine. And then we'll have Emmy keep taking down the warehouse. We'll have to move some more stuff out of there just to help out, make it easier. And then we will have her rebuild that. She'll probably need, like, Monday and Wednesday to do that, because, again, it's going to take a little bit of time. But we'll get that going, and Maddox will probably handle most of the other groundwork this week as well there, too. Yeah, dig the new mining hole, yeah. Yeah, and I think this will be good, because that way it'll give us a chance to get some more cobblestone. And I think that'll it'll be like in a new area of the colony, so they can kind of dig down from there. So I think that's the right thing to do there. So, but I think we're gonna leave it here for tonight, guys. Again, so sorry I missed, like, a bunch of the YouTube chat there. I thought it was like, I'm like, it's very quiet tonight, and that explains why the chat wasn't showing up in my window there. But appreciate everyone very much for coming in, hanging out, and chatting up there. And that yeah, good night, Ben. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Thanks as always for stopping in, and good night, John, to you as well. Thank you as always for stopping in too. Hope you both have a great rest of your evening. But I hope you enjoyed the stream. I know a little bit more of like a bit more chill, and, you know, just a lot of moving things, but this helps a lot. You know, this takes some time to do. As you saw, we were working on this for almost 2 hours, and, you know, we got a lot done, but it's a lot moving the stuff around there. But I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did enjoy it, please consider dropping a like on the stream if you're over on YouTube. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm, so more people can find our community. It's a great free way to support our community here. And if you're not subscribed or following, please consider subscribing or following. It's free, doesn't cost anything. Again, another excellent way to support our community, and that way you'll always be notified when we go live. And we do have a Discord that's open to everyone. There I post a schedule on there. We have a mod list. You can ask questions, post pictures of your own colony. I always love seeing them there. So, you know, feel free to post on over there. And good night to you as well, buddy. Glad to hear it was nice and chill. Very good. I'm glad to hear that. Thanks, buddy. There, I hope you have a great rest of your evening as well there. And also, as I mentioned too earlier on, there is a poll that's open right now. 2 polls. Well, there's a bunch of polls open, but the 2 most recent ones, just asking some questions about, you know, for me getting like a gauge on like future interest in the channel, like in certain things, like certain goals that we could try to achieve in that. So I do have some questions about a server there. Again, nothing imminent. I'll just qualify by saying that I have not taken any steps to starting a server. Essentially, I'm just doing some like fact finding with this to kind of get, you know, get the interest in it. So, you know, please like vote, you know, vote on it if you're able to, and you know, just feel free to drop a comment, leave your thoughts on it. Like I said, like even if it's like, you know, not supportive of a potential server there, you know, I'd really appreciate it if you could just drop like, well, vote, but then also like, you know, drop a comment and just say like, you know, if you have any thoughts on the matter as well there. So just so I can kind of get a gauge. Like I said, like I'm not dead set one way or the other on doing it, so it's not something like, you know, you don't have to worry, like I'm not going to be like upset or disappointed if like, you know, people say like, no, we're not interested in a server. So I'd rather just know, because that way, like as I'm thinking about future things to do on the channel, I can kind of factor that in and, you know, consider that as something there as well. You would love a server, saw those, but take your time, got some things sorted. Yeah, so it's something, it would probably be a little ways down the road, like for it, and that, and like I said, like I qualified by saying, like, I know I was asking about the financial side of it. I always hate asking about the financial side, but the main reason is just because, again, you know, the servers can get kind of expensive, and I feel like over time we're going to need to increase the amount of RAM on the server, like as we add more people in. So that's the main reason why, like I said, like if we were going to do it, there would likely be a small like fee associated, like a couple of dollars. And I know, like, obviously, you know, not everyone, you know, can afford to part with a couple dollars every month. I completely understand. You know, like I said, like you know, how expensive things are in that. So, but yeah, if there was one, like I said, it's not for me to make money off of. It's essentially to maintain the server and prepare for like any future growth of said server. So that would essentially be, if there was a fee, that's why there would be, yeah, a fee or that. Yeah, would love one too. Voted. Excellent. Yeah, thank you, Ben. I appreciate that too. Because yeah, like I said, like this is, I figure the polls are the easiest way for me to kind of be able to communicate with people. I like that YouTube has that feature with the community poll, like the community tab that we can post polls in, because it really allows me, because again, if you're not on our Discord and I post something on there, you're not going to see it. But that way, like, you know, people who follow, they subscribe, they come check out the channel, they can vote in there and, you know, let me know there as well. Could be fun to live stream on the server too. Yeah, and that's probably, so I thought about that too, because I figured one of the things that I would probably, if we were going to do a server, one of the things I would probably start with a server, so I would finish up this world first, you know, getting to our goals here. But then, yeah, I probably would stream off of the server at least a couple times, you know, 1 or 2 times a week, maybe even 3, depending. And I figure, because one of the things we could do is like obviously I'll be building my colony in there, but then other people, you know, would have theirs if they want me to come. Like, you know, we could take a look at it on stream, like kind of do like a community showcase or something like that, like, you know, whatever build style or whatever you're working on. Like, that was kind of my thought too, that like we could do that once a week, where we just kind of spend time going to other people's colonies, if invited to them, and just kind of check out what they're up to there, how their colony's looking in that. So that's something I was kind of thinking about, like, too, as well. Yeah, like a server series. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool, because like I said, like I would move probably, like, and do something similar like in the other one, but we would start over, obviously, and like we would build everything up from there. And there's other stuff we could do on the server too, survival side as well there. Yeah, changing also helps weeding out, yeah, griefers too. Yeah, like your charging does. Yeah, so that was the other thought too about charging, because I feel like obviously if you pay for something, you're going to be a little bit more committed. Obviously, well, luckily this will not be a gym membership, so you know, like usually if you pay for something, like you're going to use it. So that's the other thing too, because I would hate for people to come on and then like essentially they're on there for like a week or 2 and then they just abandon their colony and they leave and they don't come back on, and then we're dealing with like a bunch of like you know, colonies kind of taking up space. And that's my other thought too, with like, you know, having a fee associated with it, because I feel like that way people will, like, the people who are serious about it, or the people who are you know, who want to actually be on the server, you know, like they'll be the ones who will pay the fee. It's not going to be someone that's like, well, you know, I'll come on there and I'll play for a couple weeks and then like I'm done, you know, I'll move on to something else, which is fine. I mean, everyone, you know, you do your thing and that, but like I said, like I wouldn't want that taking up space like on our server, especially because of how big these colonies get. Like we need the space, and that's something that you know, like we're gonna have to have people spread out and that type thing, because again, like you know, we want to leave room between colonies so people can grow their colonies and have enough space to do what they want to do, so we're not fighting over space or having an issue where it's like people are like, I don't have anywhere else, like I want to do more with this colony but I don't have any room, because again, we're bordering right up on another colony, so we kind of would have to space out and that type thing as well. Yeah, former mod here says you agree, but there are also whitewash. Yeah, and that's another point. It's another good point too, because again, like yes, we can whitelist and unwhitelist people as well. Again, I haven't run a server before, so I you know, like again, it would be a learning experience for me. I'd probably have to do some research on it, but I do know about the whitelisting and that too, so that would be a way to. Yeah, I would love to set up a unique rail network too, could you imagine? And that's kind of like, that's the other thing I would envision. So I would envision, because the other poll that I ran, the second one, so there's two that I uploaded today, and let me just, because I have it here. I asked the other one, when looking to join a MineColonies server, what is most important to you? And so far, we've had a few votes, but most of them are just about, you know, building your colony, trade, or rivals, you know, allies or rivals with other towns. I also put one on there about community builds and community challenges. I wouldn't really know what to do for community challenges. I feel like for a survival server, like an SMP server, like I feel like, you know, that kind of is more there, where it's like you want different events and that type thing. But like, kind of like, I feel like, you know, like if you're coming into MineColonies, it's kind of like to build your colony. At least that's my thought behind it. So like there would be some points where we would do community builds. Like one of the things I thought of too is that like having like a list of like auto farms, like farms that need to be constructed, and then we can go through, like people can build them individually and just kind of cross them off the list as they do. We probably just have one like one farm per, like on the server. So like an iron farm, we would have one big iron farm instead of like, you know, everyone building their own individual ones, because again, that would make a lot of lag on the server. And that's, so like, you know, that's probably what I would end up doing, is like, you know, we do one list and maybe I'd build it around spawn or something, so that way it's kind of equidistant for, well, it might not be equidistant for everyone, but that way it's not like, you know, it's next to, like, we're not putting it next to my colony, and it's just like, well, that way I have easy access, but it's a pain for everyone else to get there. Like, we'll probably just put it in spawn or something, and that too. So yeah, on the second one, yeah, rail system between the colonies, or like a road system or anything, that would be cool, because it would feel more like, you know, it would feel connected. Like I wouldn't want it to be like just individual colonies, and now like I kind of want to have the connections between it, that like, you know, we have places for people to trade and stuff like that. So again, like I thought a little bit about it, and like I think there's a lot of potential to it. But yeah, make sure you vote in the poll in there, you know, drop a comment, especially if you have a thought on it too, good or bad. Like I said, there's no wrong answer here. I'd want to know like everyone's opinions, thoughts, and that. So please, you know, drop one down below. Like I said, like I'm not dead set on doing it, or I'm not dead set against it. Like you know, I'm just trying to gauge where people are on it and if there's interest in it there. But yeah, thanks again so much, everyone, so much there. Sorry, there was like a little bit of a rant at the end there. Well, not a rant, but just, you know, flushing out some more thoughts on the server there too. So I'm going to be monitoring the thing, so I'll probably talk a little bit more about the server maybe next week or the week after, just like about the results of the poll, and maybe like I'll follow up on it a little bit, so I'll keep monitoring it there. But again, my name is Nerd Builder. Thank you everyone so much for coming in and hanging out tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you. Oh, great job by Matic, so we'll have him work on the new mine tomorrow. But until then, my name is Nerd Builder. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow evening. Take care. Bye for now.